Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to today's customer webinar. Thanks so much for attending. I'm hoping everyone can hear me okay on my headset here. If you are having any problems hearing me, just type that into the chat box on the dashboard and I'll switch over to off the headset. Again, thanks for attending. My name is Brian. I'm the Director of Account Management here at Boopsie for Libraries. And today's topic, we're going to be discussing our new OverDrive integration, which utilizes the OverDrive Read software as an embedded reader in your app. So most of you probably have the integration right now with the OverDrive Media Console. And I'm getting at least one person saying my volume's a little low. So I'm just going to switch over here, and hopefully this will be better. Okay, so that might have been a little quiet, but please let me know if this is better. That sometimes my headset is just a little too quiet. So I think this should be better. Rob says better, and I'm getting a lot of much better, so I'm just going to stay on this one here. But yeah, if you have any issues, just type that into the chat box. And again, this will be recorded, so you can watch later if it's that interesting, or send to your colleagues and go back. If you have any questions, but always email me if you do. So again, most of you probably already have the OverDrive integration in your app that works, integrates with the OverDrive Media Console. This is something brand new that we've created, so you can do an embedded reader right into your app. So there's, it's a little different. I'll show you how that works. I'll show you the current integration, why this is a little bit better. And there are, some things to think about here, but at least it'll show you kind of where we're going with this. Okay, and if you are traveling at all, if you have any upcoming conferences, just wanted to let you know we will be at the Internet Librarian Conference next week in Monterey. That's just Monday through Wednesday, the 27th through the 29th. So yeah, we'd love to see you there. Megan will be at the New York Library Association Conference in Saratoga Springs in early November. And then a few of our team members will be at the California Library Association Conference November 7th through the 9th. So definitely stop by. It's in Oakland, and it's about an hour from where we are now. So we'll have a number of people there. Okay, so let's get started here. OverDrive, you're all familiar with them. They have over 1 million titles, eBooks and audiobooks, music, video. The nice thing is their software is compatible. Their apps are compatible with all devices, and they're a really good star partner of ours. We do tech calls with them on a regular basis with our engineering customer service teams and their tech teams to work out all these issues, because as we all know, you have these great services, and getting them to your patrons and to your community is the most important thing. And what our goal is to make it really easy, and we know there's roadblocks out there. It's not as easy as some of the commercial products. And if people are going to spend $10 for a book, an ebook, that's crazy just because it's a little easier. So let's have them use your services. The catalog for OverDrive is great. You're probably familiar with all this as well, so I'll kind of just zoom through that. We do really have seen that once you integrate the OverDrive subscription into your apps, if you haven't already, let me know and we'll get that going for you. But it does increase your OverDrive subscription ROI. Obviously, these are expensive, and you have to pay for titles. So anything to get the more exposure of these titles to your patrons is better, and putting that into your library mobile app has absolutely shown a good increase in circulation and checkouts. So one quick thing that I will show you as well is that we have a new enhanced catalog search. So this may be in your apps already. If not, contact us and we can get it started for you. This works out. This is the Public Library of Cincinnati and Hamilton County's OverDrive search. So when I go to their regular search in their app, and I can just do the Matois search for Mark Twain using smart prefix search, you'll see here that this is just on the first page of search results, that there are 3 different types of results. There's physical book, one-click digital titles, and OverDrive titles as well. So what's cool about that is all of this will be in your search, and then you can click around and access the different resources. And eventually what we want to do is have this connect, right to the OverDrive embedded reader, which I'll show you in a minute here. Because your patrons, really they don't care about, what partner, what vendor uses or offers the book. They just want to read what they want to read, or what you suggest, or what's suggested, and they want to find, maybe a physical book, an eBook, or an audiobook. So we want to have it just all in one place as a federated search. But this enhanced catalog search is available now. Okay, so we've seen some, we have great OverDrive usage with our customers. Almost 3/4 of our customers have OverDrive integrated. It's the 3rd most used channel across all of our apps after Catalog and My Account. It's, we're the 2nd leading source actually for OverDrive checkouts after Amazon. Boopsie library apps are. So let me show you the current integration here. I'm going to show you this on a couple of different devices. Okay, so bear with me for 1 second here. Okay. So here are 2 different devices. I've got an iPad and an iPod Touch, similar screen size to the to an iPhone, and hopefully you can see the Darien Library app on my devices here. And so they have the bottom navigation bar, which is nice. So I'll just go to the OverDrive Catalog in both of their apps and show you what our current integration is like. You're probably pretty familiar with it if you have it, but this would just be a good quick refresh. So just wanted to show you what it's like on both devices, so you can get a good feel for that. All right. Okay, so let's download. So, and the iPad is a good, I think, we've seen this trend going up quite a bit. More users are utilizing your services via tablets, just because it's a really nice reader experience. You can see on the left on the iPad that it has that reader when you go to landscape mode. So Darien only requires a library barcode, so we just put in our barcode. We do require a notification email, just in case you place an item on hold. We'll notify you that when it's ready. And then once I click submit, it does save your card number, of course, and your PIN if you require that for your patrons. But once I hit submit, it will be downloaded to my account. And then it shows what items I do have available, and the following titles are now available. Once I click to download, it shows what I've already checked out, and then the items I just checked out. And so this is the old integration that does connect with the OverDrive Media Console, and you see will take you directly to the OverDrive Media Console mobile app. And on any device, if you don't have the app already installed, we'll take you to the appropriate app store, the Apple App Store, or the Android Google Play Store, Windows Phone, Amazon App Store as well, in case you don't, if you don't already have it downloaded. That first time, the additional step is that, your patrons will have to also put in their Adobe ID information and create that if they don't already have it. So, and that's taken a little while to download. Sometimes the tablets, the file size is a little bigger, so it takes a little bit of time. But I can also go to one of the ones I've already downloaded and show you the experience that you're probably all pretty familiar with again. But there it is. I still think it's a great integration once you have initially downloaded that OverDrive Media Console app, entered your information, your OverDrive account number or Adobe ID. As you see in this, since I've already done that, I don't have to do it again, and it's pretty seamless. But we realize, hearing from our customers and from our patrons, that is an obstacle, and I think just showing my mom how to do this just last weekend, strangely enough, and she's in Sacramento, so Sacramento Public Library is her local library. It just takes minute steps, and it takes a few steps, and it's not as easy as it should be. I do this all the time, and I didn't have a good. I wasn't as good a teacher as I thought I was going to be. So, unfortunately, it was easy when I did it, but I'm not sure she's going to be able to. She's going to continue doing that, and I think she's a perfect kind of test case. She's pretty good at technology, and is a heavy library user. But I'm not sure she's going to continue to check out OverDrive eBooks on her iPad because of some of those steps. So let's go back and show you what we're working on now in this OverDrive Read integration. So here's the current OverDrive integration. I've just got a couple of slides from what I just showed you. Here's the one step I didn't show you since I had already entered that, the Adobe authorization to enter your Adobe ID. And then, of course, if you don't have one, you just have to. You can get a free one, but remembering that information is probably the most cumbersome part of it for me, at least. Because the only reason I would ever use my Adobe ID is actually for OverDrive, or some of the other services like Access 360 that require that. So OverDrive Read is OverDrive's new embedded reader product. You can go to the OverDrive Read site and you can check it out on a browser. It's really slick and really nice, and doesn't require the Adobe ID or any additional logins. So we worked with the OverDrive team to figure out a way to integrate this into our apps, and I think we figured out a pretty good way to do that. So I will show you. Sorry about that. I will show you how to, how that works in one of our library apps right now, and then kind of talk about some of the issues and where we're going, what we're going to be doing in the future as well. So OverDrive Read works really nice, and some good benefits. Again, no Adobe ID. You can read the ebook all within your library mobile app without downloading the OverDrive Media Console for EPUB. And it'll really make your library app the center of the reading experience. I actually like the OverDrive Read software better than the app as well, so I'll show you some of the different kind of fonts and or customization you can do. And I think it's really close to like a Kindle or the Nook in those commercial ebook apps. Just how easy it is to use and how nice it is. Okay, so let's bring up, I have here the Santa Clara County Library app. We have, I think, about 6, maybe 7 customers who currently use the OverDrive Read integration in their apps, as opposed to the app, kind of app-to-app deep integration. So I'll show you how it works on both of these devices again. The initial experience is the same. So I click on OverDrive, and you'll see here they say, for a richer reading experience, try downloading the OverDrive app. That was just something they chose to do. And I could go to my checkouts to see what I currently have, or just scroll through the database, the OverDrive database again, just like I was doing with the Darien library. So this experience is the same. I'm not going to check out another book because I do have a few items checked out already, but it's, again, same experience so far. And then Santa Clara does require, barcode or account name and PIN. Save my notification email in there. So far, nothing is different. But then once I actually go to my e-checkouts, or if I download an eBook, you'll see I'm not going to go to the OverDrive Media Console app. Okay, so here are my e-checkouts, or my OverDrive checkouts, and I will just click on the titles here. And this is all, again, within the Santa Clara app. So start reading this book. And here we are. So this is the embedded reader. I am still within the Santa Clara app. You can see that even better on the iPad that I haven't left. I'm just using this kind of the window here. And I'm didn't have to enter my Adobe ID, and I never had to do that. And I'm just scrolling and reading in seconds. So let me show you as well. And with Game of Thrones, always so many characters and maps. It's kind of nice to be on a tablet. So I'll scroll through here a little bit more and then show you what some of the features are. You just tap on the screen and you can see where you are in the book. But when you kind of swipe down, this is when you can do some of that customization. You can, of course, go to different chapters. You can do a full text search up here. You can change the text scale. Again, you could put it to a nighttime reading, change the font as well, some of those kind of standard features that your patrons will expect. And then I go back to the book, and those changes should be made here. And so it's just really, really easy, and again, I kind of like this better than the OverDrive app. I'll go back to landscape mode here. And there we go. So there's not that much to demo because it's really just so easy. So it's again, this embedded reader through OverDrive Read is something our team and the OverDrive team worked on together to get this integrated right into the library app. And again, I can kind of answer questions or show more about that demo, but let me go over a couple of other quick things about OverDrive Read. So there is no, Adobe ID requirement. It just requires your library card number and PIN, or whichever kind of credentials you just require of your patrons for logging in. Some people just do, some people do last name and barcode, or just barcode, like Darien Library did. So you are reading that ebook within your library mobile app. You're not leaving. So I guess the one main caveat, which some people are holding off on, is that we don't allow offline reading yet. So OverDrive Read does, but when we're in the app, to do anything in our app, you do have to have internet access. So whether that's Wi-Fi or broadband. So I think that's the main thing I want to let everybody know is we don't have an offline reading option quite yet, which is why some people are sticking with the app-to-app integration, since the OverDrive app does include that. But, however, if you do think your patrons, that won't be as big a deal to them, or if you think they will have pretty consistent internet access, I think it's a great option. And we are working on an offline reading option for our app and for any kind of embedded reader that's in the app, like OverDrive Read or our digital comic service, if you've seen that as well. So that's something coming down the line. And then once that's completed, I think everyone will be using OverDrive Read. And OverDrive Read is just a reader, so it doesn't work with your audiobooks. You would still have to go to the OverDrive Media Console for audiobooks, even if you do have OverDrive Read enabled, and same with Kindle format items as well. So just something to keep in mind. And actually, that Vicki just asked, it looks like a question, with the embedded integration, is there any change for OverDrive audiobooks? So exactly, there's no change. That will still go to the OverDrive Media Console. So and I can show you that real quick, I think. So Santa Clara, who has the OverDrive Read, and I checked out an audiobook. This is you can see David and Goliath, the Malcolm Gladwell book, is an MP3, so that will take me to the OverDrive Media Console. So if you do download an audiobook, yeah, exactly. You will be taken to the OverDrive app for that, regardless of your setup. And same with Kindle books. And I think Rob had asked a question. Do you have to set up OverDrive account when you see the reader? No, you don't. So that's a great benefit. You do not have to set up an OverDrive account. You just need whatever your credentials are with the library card number and PIN. Obviously, is the most used there. And Rob Cam asked, does the app transfer the user's place in the books between devices? Great question. It does. So it does sync across devices. So it's with this iPad and the iPod, I could change the book, or scroll through the book in one, and it will save my place, which is good. At least within a page or so, because sometimes if you're looking on an iPad, you can see a lot more screen than you could on an iPod or an iPhone. But it does sync across devices. However, it doesn't sync. OverDrive Read doesn't sync with OverDrive Media Console. So if you are switching back and forth for any reason, it won't sync with those. But yes, it does sync across devices. So great question. And some other good questions. So Rachel Harris asked, will you be able to place holds for OverDrive items? You can place holds. You can place holds in the app, regardless of your of which integration you use. You just have to have that email notification. You just have to enter your email, and I think that's a requirement now in all of your apps. But if that's not what you're seeing, Rachel, let me know, and we'll get that fixed for you. But yes, you can place holds on all OverDrive items, regardless of your integration. Okay, so let me just go forward, and then I'll answer any additional questions as well. If you're on Optimum, there's a little confusion sometimes here, but a majority of our customers are, Optimum or Optimum Plus. And Optimum basically just means you get 1 to 2 integrations. Most people choose OverDrive as one of those, and then Optimum Plus is you get 7 integrations total. So OverDrive and plus One-Click Digital and Hoopla and Zinnia, which should be ready in a month to 2 months, 3M Cloud Library, EBSCOhost, and a handful of others. Okay, so here's my email address too, if you have any kind of specific questions to your library, which I'm happy to answer. But yeah, if you have any questions, please keep typing those in. Rob asked if there's any ETA on the offline mode. I can check. I checked yesterday and just haven't heard a definitive date, so I'm not sure. I think the tentative date right now is the first quarter of 2015 for offline reading, and then we'll have a big announcement about that. So we will, but yeah, keep in touch with us, and I'll keep you updated, of course. And I think again, once we have offline mode conquered, there's no reason not to have the OverDrive embedded reader in your app, unless you think your patrons are just so used to and so kind of proficient at the OverDrive Media Console app-to-app integration. But of course, it's your choice, so you can do what you like. And great. And then Rob again asked, when can we get the service started? We can integrate OverDrive Read into your app whenever you like. You just let us know, and we'll make the switch for you. There's no additional cost or anything like that. So yeah, we just need to know what you want to do, and we'll get it started for you. Just keeping in mind, of course, the offline reading mode, but everything else I think is pretty good and standard, and I think will be a really nice user experience. So, and then I think we do have a handful of libraries that are using it already and have had pretty good feedback from it. So, hope that helps. But if there are no more questions, or you can just send me an email if you do have any more. I think, yeah, that's all I have for today. Again, next week is our in 2 weeks, I'm sorry, November 5th is the One-Click Digital webinar. So I'll give you some updates about One-Click Digital if you do offer that service. We already offer audiobooks through the integration, but we'll soon be offering eBooks as well in the One-Click Digital catalog. yeah, and then I'll touch on our Zinio integration that's in the works as well. So Zinio obviously is a hugely popular service that we're really, really close to having a full integration ready, which will be just great for your patrons. I love Zinio personally, so can't wait for that. Great. Well, if there are no further questions, thanks again for attending. Hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to everyone soon. Thanks.